The reason that I suggested that we go visit Deborah McDevitt and Jimmy DiSilvestro is that they have collected more of my work than anybody.
When I'm not using these pots for either food or flowers, I'm using them as candle holders. Like I have a candle in there, and there.
Oh, Deborah's been collecting my work for a long time. It started in
1979 or 80.
79 or 80.
When you can really do something that enters a person's life so directly, that's a lovely feeling.
They would work together and knit on the front porch together.
Latin and all that. We're all getting seated. To our fabulous hostess.
Thank you.
And chef, Deborah, and her helpmate, kitchen boy, Jimmy. Cheers.
Cheers to Angela.
Angela, yay.
Because otherwise we'd be eating on paper plates.
Oh, doesn't that look gorgeous on the green? I know. Oh, I think that's my favorite.
Yes, she does make beautiful work. Yes, she does make work that embodies a sense of her spirit, her thought, her energy, her passion, her style, her understanding of utility and yet beauty.
Character, the type of glaze.
I know what I feel when I achieve something, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of that great pleasure that you've really made something happen.
It's perfect. Good dinner. Cheers to the chef. Wow, she's done it again.
Her love of gardens brought her to flowers, brought her to flower arranging, brought her to this market of flower arrangers that follow the Japanese tradition, and saw in Angela's work the perfect vessel.
I got started making pots for Japanese flower arrangers. I think it was around 1990.
She saw this need. There were people who wanted these kinds of forms, and so then the question was, how could she make a form that was suitable for them?
Ikebana arrangers study their whole lives. They never stop studying. And because the styles of pots change all the time, they never stop buying pots. They also have technical requirements of sizes of openings, certain widths, certain heights. And so you've got to have a sense of the correct size, the correct opening. And color is somewhat important.
With the passing of time, her work took on a real refinement. Some of her pieces look as though they were almost made out of the glaze.
Another thing Angela has done is to have become an authority on the technical aspects of clay and glazes. She's one of the best in that regard. If you're perceived that way in the potters community, you get a lot of questions. And Angela is very careful about that because her time is precious. Right? If she's not on the wheel making pots, she's losing money. So if she goes to the computer and emails somebody something, that's a gift. And she does do that. She does help people, and she's known for that.
It's a real community of people. And almost every potter I know will help another potter.
Clay seems to be a membership card that you can use for contact. We all have a sense of, internally, of what that commitment is, that entitles you to become part of this bigger family.
The first meeting, there were maybe 60 people, and I knew every single person in the room, and they represented a few colleges across the country that were starting to get into ceramics.
Having ceramics in academic schools and universities was brand new. And they needed a lot of support with each other, the teachers did, in order to become academically respectable and in order to figure out how to make this craft fit into fine art departments.
For me, Ensico was really a very important part of my development as an artist.
It was very small. I mean, it was barely a field at that point. It was more like a small tribe, and now it's a big tribe.
I characterize it as the rites of spring, the gathering of the community, the gathering of all the creative spirits coming together, the people that have their feet and hearts in clay.
Ensico feeds me. It's like once a year you nourish yourself, and for me, Angela is that kind of person. Seeing her feeds me.
Potters love to cook.
So how are you?
And so these are potluck suppers.
I'd be willing to bet that the Asparagus Valley Potters Guild came after Ensico.
The Asparagus Valley Potters Guild are a group of professionals who understand what it means to make a living selling their work.
She wanted to focus on people who make a living.
Because you don't have a job, you don't have health insurance, you don't have a pension, you don't have sick pay, you don't have vacation pay or anything like that. So you got to plan all of that yourself.
I'm fine.
It's difficult. I mean, when Angela's sick, you know, she doesn't make pots, and when she doesn't make pots, you know, it's that kind of, this is a very real problem, you know, that she's managed.
A few years ago, I unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer. I had surgery, and I was on chemotherapy for 13 months.
So we all came together, all of her friends, and not just the Potters Guild, but all of her other friends in the other parts of her life. And we drove her to the hospital, we drove her back to the hospital, we made food for her.
It was very humbling to see how wonderful people are when you need them.
It's just pure love. It's something you do for someone you love. And that's what we all did, because we all love Angela.
Since then, knock on wood, I've been healthy for the last 14 months and feel better than I've felt in years.
Who am I supposed to feed now?
Over these 30 years, the Asparagus Valley Potters Guild has just gotten closer and closer and friendlier, and the food keeps getting better and better.
It's great, and we're all really good cooks, and we get together for our meetings, and we eat, and we laugh, and we all kind of live the same life, and it's very solitary.
Nobody told me in school that the highlight of my day would be when the UPS man comes.
The Guild today is a chance for us to get together and socialize. We're dealing with business topics on the phone day to day anyway.
That's the common thread of the group, is that everybody loves clay. And everybody is also a working potter.
Michael Cohen realized that there were so many independent potters within this small radius, and he thought it would be a great idea to form a guild. And this would present a unified face to wholesalers. We created a brochure that had a map locating everybody's studios, and we handed these out at shows.
What we've done is created these pottery trails, which have been going on for all over the country for many, many years. This is nothing new. To try to get people to come back to the studio and to find out what clay is.
Angela is like the backbone of the Asparagus Valley Potters Guild.
She said that we would want to set up the show.
Yes, that's right. Setup is October 3rd. That's a Tuesday.
She's the one who comes with the big stack of things to talk about.
Angela also brings a great wealth of practical knowledge,
I can't answer for, but I think you should know that.
both business-wise and
Would you do it again, please?
studio knowledge.
As a potter, you are the designer. You are the you get the materials together. You make the clay. You make the actual object.
Voila.
You glaze the object. You fire it. You find a place where someone will buy it. It's a full circle. You do every single thing. So you have to have lots of different skills, like carpentry skills and bricklaying skills, and then you have to have selling skills, then you have to have bookkeeping skills. So it's a total full-time job.
But Angela came into this from teaching, and she actually is the first person I know of that said, I better know this business angle well, and she took a formal class in business.
Creative people, that's hard. It's hard for us to do the business part, and Angela's been doing it for a long time, and she's very good at it.
The financial thing is real, and you've got to plan for it. Health insurance has always been a really, really tough thing.
The health insurance problem is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare.
So I have set up 3 accounts, and I did that right from the beginning, and I put into them as though it's a mortgage. One of them is a car account. I never borrow money for a car. The other thing I've always paid into is a rainy day fund in case I got ill, because I wanted to have enough money to go a whole year without any income at all. The third one was money for retirement, and that's the one that has suffered, that I've never been able to get enough money into that.
It's physically hard to make a living like this, and sometimes it's emotionally hard.
I marvel at how she has done it on her own.
It's a continual, constant challenge.
It's just stinking hard work.
Angela has made a commitment to her work and to a life which affords her regular, continual contact with her medium.
There was no stopping Angela. When she got into clay, that was her focus.
Just to make consistently good work and to make that work the focus of your life. That is remarkable.
Her love of clay took hold of her, and she wanted to spend her life doing that.
To determine what you need to live productively and meaningfully, that's everybody's job to sort out. It takes being able to dance with your own insecurities and not let them lead.
Work is the dance we do. Work is the dance that Angela Fina does.
The one thing that you can do with the handmade is it's not just the experience of the object, you also have the experience of the maker. You have some sort of personal connection, and you know, how many times do you have that experience in Walmart?
There is a life in the work that reflects a life that was given and hopefully well used by the maker.
I mean, let's face it, what we're doing, making clay ceramic pots for other people, is not going to save the world. But on the other hand, if you look at old cultures, and what do you find? Ceramics. That's it. That's what you find. It's about the only thing that survives under the ocean for 2,000 years. Or, you know, in tombs and all over the world. What do we know about most cultures? You know, ceramics, that's it.